After accidentally seeing my history teacher doing some deviant behavior, he tried to get me expelled. I'm scared to be late, which is why I always arrive way too early. I walked into history class about 15 minutes early, which is seriously early because it's first period. I was half asleep, but quickly woke up when I saw Mr. Thompson sipping on a bottle of whiskey with one hand and watching adult content with the other. An old school nudie magazine was propped up on his desk, and his pants were around his ankles. I vaguely saw a half-naked clown with a pink bull hip and couldn't unsee it. To make matters worse, his pecker looked like a stuffed mushroom. I was instantly traumatized. I made a strange gurgle-like sound and tried to run backwards, but hadn't realized that the door was closed behind me. As I was fumbling with the doorknob, Mr. Thompson stood up in a panic, tripped, and face-planted. He smacked his nose into the floor, making it bleed. He didn't know what to do. His pants were still at his ankles. His mini whiner was dangling like a one-eyed crooked worm, and now his nose was gushing blood. He burst out into tears and said, "This is all your fault." I stormed out of that door like a bullet. 15 minutes later, I was horrified because I had to go back into history class and face him. I told my best friend what had happened, and he laughed so hard, he somehow snorted Coca-Cola out of his nose twice. I said, "Dude, he might come after me for what I witnessed. This could be bad." My best friend responded, "No way, man. He's so embarrassed. He'll pretend it never happened." I completely disagreed and said, "No way in hell. You know how combative he gets. He'd be terrified that I'd go and tell the principal. I might be screwed." I walked into history class and pretended that nothing had happened at all. I kept my head down and sat in the back row. I could see Mr. Thompson glaring at me out of the corner of my eye, and I got really nervous. The other students filed in and class started. Mr. Thompson said, "Listen up, everyone, listen up. Someone here has done something that is completely inappropriate." Serious tension hit the students. I thought, oh man, I knew it. I'm screwed. He continued, "I'm only bringing public attention to this matter because what this student has done is, in my opinion, unforgivable." Now I knew he was talking about me. "Crap," he said. "Jack, I need you to stand up." The whole class stared at me. I followed Mr. Thompson's orders and stood up next to my desk. "I want you to reach into the cubby hole below your desk and take out what's there." "Oh, this dude's setting me up," he demanded. "Do it right now." I didn't have a choice. I pulled out a half-empty bottle of whiskey and a ruffled-up porno mag, which I held with the tips of my 2 fingers because I knew where it had been. My voice cracked when I said, "It's not mine, honest." Mr. Thompson yelled, "Principal's office right now and bring your illegal paraphernalia, you disobedient little pervert." The whole class laughed at me. I rushed out. On my way to the principal's office, I thought about skipping school, maybe leaving town and never coming back. But then I realized I don't even have lunch money. I told my principal the truth and he laughed in my face, not believing a word I was saying. He suspended me and called my mom. Word spread around school so fast that I hadn't even reached the parking lot before students were pointing and laughing at me. I went home and explained everything to my mom. She knew me better than anyone and could tell when I was lying. That's one thing she did well with how she raised me. I'm not a liar. It's not in me, and she knew it. She called a meeting with my principal and Mr. Thompson, and we all met the next day. We sat in a small room and the 3 of us could very easily smell the whiskey on Mr. Thompson's breath, which made my principal realize the truth. I couldn't help myself and I said, "I'm traumatized by what I witnessed and probably need therapy. It looked like a sauteed mushroom." "Not cool, dude. Not cool." My mom laughed and the principal fired Mr. Thompson on the spot. I went back to class and became high school famous. A few weeks later, Mr. Thompson was caught in a gas station bathroom and got arrested for wanking it to CBT. Trust me, don't look that up. The poor bastard just needs a girlfriend and a therapist and a spiritual counselor and maybe a life coach.